Hello, beloveds. It's Lainie Love and the cosmic creatrix of the Sacred Revolution Oracle and the founder of the Ecstatic Embodied Leadership Academy. And I wanted to come in today, even though I am still recovering a little bit from COVID over here, coming in today for an Oracular Astrology reading for this full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is a very powerful energy that we are moving with on May 5th today, and as it is going exact. And there is a big energy of life-changing karmic endings and clearing and release and letting go and surrender. And so these are all really big themes. And Scorpio and Taurus is the axis of power and resources. So especially looking at releasing and letting go that which has held us back from being in our full power, from being fully resourced, from being connected to our values. And we also have Mercury retrograde, Mercury and Taurus retrograde right now as well. So really, we also still have the North Node in Taurus. And so there is definitely an energy of looking at what it is that we value most and really getting clear about where we want to put our resources, where we want to put our time, where we want to put our energy. And so the cards that came through today are really going to be highlighting the energies of what it is that we need to be able to move through this potent eclipse portal. And so the first card that came through is 21. And this is the keeper of life, death, and rebirth mysteries. And as we know, Scorpio rules life, death, rebirth, and transformation. And this is a moment to really burn down to the ground anything that is no longer serving you, and to really do a deep soul level release, as my teacher Virginia shared about this idea of soul level release, old karmic release, because the South Node is also in Scorpio still. And so there's that opportunity for old karmic release, old toxins, that which has gripped you, that which has been really attached to you. Scorpio can also rule obsessions. So that which you have been obsessed with or has been obsessed with you, to be able to fully clear and release that and shed that and to burn that down to ash, to be able to be that phoenix energy. And so the serpent is here. And, you know, this serpent medicine is very powerful for this particular full moon, to really shed, like the snake, that skin that no longer serves, that is no longer supporting you in being in your essence and who it is that you're here to be, and being in your full power and being fully resourced in that power in the world. And so letting yourself be that serpent. And the serpent, when it sheds, goes temporarily blind. And so you are also entering in the mystery, which Scorpio rules mystery. And that is another one of the cards that showed up for today, is 32, ecstatic devotion to the mystery. So how can we give ourselves over to this mystery, to this not knowing, to sit in that space of becoming, where we might yet not know the answers. We might yet not know who it is that we're becoming, what it is that we're stepping into. So there can be this space of, after we have cleared, there is now this void. This is also the card that came through, the wild card, the blank canvas. So there is this void of not knowing, and allowing ourselves to sit in that space of not knowing, to really be there, to be okay with not knowing the answers yet, for not knowing what is on the other side of this death, of this clearing, of this massive release. But really looking at what are the patterns, what are patterns, what are old ways of being, what are ideas and beliefs that have kept you from being fully resourced, from owning your worth, from being in your full power, these themes associated with Taurus and Scorpio. And how can you allow yourself to create a blank canvas now where you can truly bring forth this next level of your life as a great masterpiece, in devotion to the mystery, to that deeper knowing, and allowing yourself here with the owl to see in the dark. One of the other cards that came through was the Galactic Rainbow Shamaness. This is the energy of Scorpio, that shamanic medicine, that energy that sees between the veils, that is able to walk between the worlds. Scorpio also rules the ancestors. So how can you call in ancestral support now for this soul level clearing and release? And allowing yourself to call in that deeper medicine and your capacity to walk between the worlds, to bring back medicine from other realms, and to be able to see in the dark, in the darkness, in the swamp, through the toxins that need to be cleared and released, and really getting honest with yourself about that. Scorpio also rules the shadow realms. So where are there old shadow beliefs and shadow energies that are wanting to be dredged up now to fully be released and cleared, to be burned down to the ground, to really create that new birth, that new life, to steward the new life. We are in Taurus season, which is about that fecundity of life. We've just passed through Beltane, and we're also in lunar Beltane, which is about fecundity and seed planting and sexuality and fertility. And so letting yourself feel what is being burned away to create that the fertile void, because that's what this is. It is a fertile void. And really looking at what that fertile void might want to become, and knowing you might not know the answers yet, and that's okay. Letting yourself be in that and rest. One of the great pieces of advice during eclipses is to rest. It is not recommended to be doing ritual or ceremony because the energies are so unstable, especially with Uranus as opposite the moon. And so it is really recommended to be more in a state of rest, of receiving, of listening, of being receptive, of just allowing yourself to literally sit in the mystery, to sit in the void, and to not try to do anything, to just be. Allow yourself to be in these energies, in the fertile void, to be in the not knowing, to be in this process of listening, and to really see and listen into what is wanting to be cleared away now, what is wanting to be burned down to ash, what is wanting to be fully composted for the new life that is coming. Because as we know, eclipses are these accelerated portals of life-changing endings and beginnings. And the full moon is normally a time of release and endings, but when it's a lunar eclipse, it is amplified 1,000-fold. So these are true endings that can steward whole new beginnings in your life, whole new chapters with this fertile void, with this blank canvas. And the piece about that, this is Rewild Your Primal Nature. This card is very scorpionic. She's here in our power. The macaw is showing your true colors, allowing those true colors forth. So it's really clearing in service to us being in more of our truth and our essence. And that is amplified by the great homecoming card that is here. Really coming to the most authentic, crystalline core of our truth and releasing anything keeping us from that core truth, that core power of who we are here to be, how we are here to shine, how we are here to participate as, offering our gifts and medicine as a nourishment to the ecosystem, an essential piece of nourishment, just like the hummingbirds that memorize thousands of flowers and only go back to the ones that nourish them the most. So how can this soul level clearing support you in being in your most authentic truth and essence and crystalline core, and shining that forth in the world for the good of all? The great homecoming, as you know, we're having our retreat, our first in-person retreat since before COVID in November. in the sacred lands of Missouri here in the Mark Twain National Forest. And the focus of that is this great homecoming to the body, to the earth, to the great web of life, to our most authentic truth and essence, so that that can shine forth in the world, so that we can walk as embodied love in the world. And we also have a 6-month one-on-one mentorship that's open for 3 people that is literally walking you step by step home to more of you and who you are here to be on that journey that then culminates in the retreat in November. So there's a few spots left for that. You can find out more below, but this great homecoming energy is so essential. That is why we are shedding. That is why we are burning things to the ground. That is why we are clearing, so that we can come to our truth. Decolonized, no longer pawns in this capitalist patriarchal system that would have us be, just constantly producing, abusing our bodies, that would constantly have us really disconnected from our most core truth and essence. And this is a real returning of that, a stripping away of the shame, of the pain, of that which is no longer in service, reclaiming energy from the shadow, doing soul retrieval for traumas and things that have happened to really call back the full essence of who you are and who you're here to be now, and to not compromise that in any way any longer, to stand in the fullness of you. Your authentic truth, your authentic essence, and your authentic ecstatic embodiment. I do love that this card is here. This is very Taurus energy. It's sacred pleasure power. It's erotic innocence, because we know Scorpio also rules sexuality. And so coming to this place of purity of body, of soul, of essence, of spirit, of being able to be naked in your flesh and to be unashamed in the naked, raw, vulnerable truth of who you are. When the serpent sheds its skin, it becomes raw and vulnerable, belly to earth. And so how can you come into greater vulnerability of that raw essence of your truth, and to shine that forth again with that energy of the rose, that highest vibration frequency of love, offering ourselves and our truth as a gift of love, as the greatest gift of love we can offer to the ecosystem. And again, there's more serpent energy here, that shedding with the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, shedding. What are you clearing? What are you releasing? What are you offering over as compost for that fertile void? And how can you do that in a way that honors your body, where you can be in that ecstatic embodiment, your sacred pleasure power, for it to feel good? There is a new deck that I just got this week, and a book that I've been listening to on audiobook by Trisha Hersey, who's the Nap Bishop, the founder of the Nap Ministry. And Rest is Resistance is the book, and the deck is called the Rest Deck. And it really is about our inalienable human right to rest and being able to feel good in our bodies, and to really give ourselves that permission to be able to slow down, to unwind the urgency of what she refers to as grind culture, and to really be in a place where we can be in the presence of Taurus energy, because Taurus is about embodied presence, being able to be really present with life as it is here before us now, and what it is asking of us, so that we can sit in that fertile void and not feel like we have to rush. That is why with eclipses, really taking spaciousness, taking time to slow down, not fill up your schedule, just be able to be, to have that time and that energy to just be. So that is one of the greatest recommendations for today. Just allow yourself to be, and to do what would be honoring to your body, to your essence, that would support that homecoming, that nourishment, that core essence of who it is that you're here to be, and really allow that. And that is how we truly can become midwives of the new earth and the new paradigm and this new way forward. This is Midwife, the New Earth, card 35. And that is how we can truly steward this new life, this new paradigm, and become the midwives of that new energy, no longer weighed down by the capitalist, patriarchal culture that has really harmed us in many ways, that has harmed our essence, that has harmed our soul truth, that has harmed our bodies, that has kept us from the truth of our soul's codes that are yearning to be unlocked. That's one of the reasons why I love astrology, because it supports us in unlocking our unique soul's code that we are here to live. And as we each activate that, that is how we create this new paradigm, a new earth together, coming together, shining fully in our essence. That is how we collectively emerge through the rainbow birth portal into the new, into new life, into the metamorphosis of the butterfly, into ways that serve our collective thriving. This card is about quantum healing. So how can this eclipse, this lunar eclipse, really bring a quantum healing in that which you are shedding and releasing? I know personally for me, those pieces that have still been holding on, because the North Node is conjunct my Chiron wound in Taurus right now. So those pieces that have been holding on of not enoughness, of where I still feel that I am not enough just for being. And really releasing the grips of that, which are so much because of that capitalist patriarchal society that says you're worthless if you're not constantly producing, you're not constantly working, you're not constantly, earning your worth, when in fact we are divine, radiant beings that are worthy just for existing, just for being. And so finding those old tendrils that have locked themselves into you, to be able to release those in a quantum healing for this eclipse, so that we can culminate in co-creating our lives as a great masterpiece for the good of all. This is in the second edition, this became this card. So we have this presence of this card of the blank canvas of co-creating our lives as a great masterpiece. That is what this soul level clearing is about, supporting us in this greater masterpiece of our lives that we are bringing forward, and tuning into that larger vision with that eagle of, who it is that we're becoming, where it is that we want to go now, what it is that we most value, where we want to put our time, our energy, our life force, how we want to really move forward in our ecstatic embodiment in the world. And if you're unsure of what that is and you're in the void, it's okay. You're clearing, you're cleansing, you're making space. Because in creating this space, we can then open to receive that next level of our masterpiece that we're here to create, and really priming the canvas, getting intimate with that canvas if you're unsure what those next steps are, and letting yourself tune into the beauty of the fertile void so that you can see what wants to be created in you, within you, as we start to move into summer and greater fire and energy and capacity. And so now just letting yourself rest in the fertile void. And if you do know that part of creating your great masterpiece is bringing forward an oracle or tarot deck, there's 24 more hours that we have left in our eclipse flash sale on our oracle deck creation course, which is everything you need to publish, to create, publish, and sell your oracle or tarot deck. So if you do know that's part of your masterpiece, check that out in the link below. But if you're unsure yet, just letting yourself sit in that fertile void. I know that this is where I am. And so welcoming anyone else who is there, that we will be sitting together in that fertile void and listening and resting and clearing. And there may be a lot of high emotions and intensity, because this is Scorpio Taurus. It is an axis of intensity. Scorpio is one of the most intense signs in astrology. And so, let the emotions flow. Scorpio is that water. So let yourself cry, let yourself release, let yourself move the energy through. Don't let it get stuck. Just let it process through the body, shaking, letting go, freeing, feeling yourself shedding like that serpent, to sit in that fertile void and to come home to more of yourself on this journey, to more of your truth, more of your essence, and know That is why we are being polished, so to speak. The diamond is being polished as we cleanse, as we release, as we tune into this life, death, and rebirth energy and really burn down that which is no longer in service. Fearlessly to say it is time to let this go so that I can really welcome in the next level of my evolution, of my revolution, of who it is that I'm here to be, of the great masterpiece that I am here to create as a midwife of the new earth, as somebody who is here as a steward of this new paradigm. And so really honoring you in your journey as we emerge through the rainbow birth portal together once again with this eclipse portal, and honoring all that is shedding in you, all that is releasing, all that is clearing, all that is moving, all that is true, all that is raw, all that is vulnerable, and just letting yourself be there in that place and sending such deep blessings your way for the journey of really letting go, of really fully clearing and letting go. And may it happen with ease, with grace and with ease, so that we can truly sit in that fertile void and welcome in that next level of our lives as a great masterpiece on the other side. Eclipse blessings, and until next time, sparkle shamelessly for the good of all. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, share it with anyone that you feel would be moved by this and supported by this medicine today. And I will see you next time, beloveds. Bye for now. See you in the fertile void.